freedom from mortgage bondage, an introduction to the Uhuru Isusu. Debt is bondage. The elders taught it. We have forgotten. It's time to remember. This is Wekesa Madzimoyo, and I'm coming to you for our Educational Institute and for Justice at Home. Introducing you to the Uhuru Esusu. Indeed, debt is bondage. Now, what we had looked like freedom for the last 25 years. It looked a lot like freedom. New homes, new cars, money flowing. Our people moving on up. It looked like freedom. But then our dreams turned into nightmares. What the elders taught us, we have forgotten. But it's time to remember. What looked like freedom came in the form of many times home ownership. And even still today, we say we own our homes when we only own the debt. And while the country generally is 20 to 25% underwater, that is, the amount that they owe on their homes is about 25% greater than the actual value. For the black community, it's more like 50 to 75%. So we don't own our homes, we only own the debt. What does it mean when we own the debt? It means stress of all types. Internal stress, strained relationships, strained families, financial difficulties, and most upsetting to our ancestors, controlled by others. Lance Jeffers wrote a poem once. This is only the first part. I do not know the power of my hand, the power of my black hand. I sit slumped in the conviction that I am powerless. I tolerate ceilings that make me bend. My godly mind stoops. My ambition is crippled. I do not know the power of my black hand. You see, a home used to be, first and foremost, security. Back in the days of sharecropping, that picture there to remind you, we lived on other people's property. And I'm reminded of a story about Afia's father who passed recently. He and Afia's older sister and brother and their mother lived and sharecropped on a white man's farm in Alabama. During the off-season, he got him a job, Mr. Caver did, in Montgomery, Alabama. The white man who owned the farm said, "You have to quit that job." Mr. Caver said, "But, you know, this is off-season and the things that we have to do, I can do that and still hold the job." And the white man said, "You will quit the job or your family will have to get off the land, get out of the house." Well, Mr. Albert Caver, Thelma Caver, his wife, Joseph, the oldest son, and Mary Ann, the oldest daughter, got busy. And in addition to working his property, they picked cotton and they picked cotton and they picked cotton and they saved every penny until they could buy them some land. This land that you see here in the green, buy them some land that they could own. They bought it outright, put a small house on it, and every year they added to it. Every year they added a little bit to it until it could house 9 children. And that's where Afia and her family were raised. You see, first and foremost, a home was a secure place, a place where we could defend, a place where we could raise our children as safely as could be, a place where no man could tell us, legally at least, to leave off his property. The elders taught us, but we have forgotten. We have forgotten that ownership is freedom. Uhuru means freedom. Ownership means freedom. Now imagine owning your own home in 2.5 years free and clear. No, don't just think about it. Imagine owning your own home in 2.5 years. No mortgage. All you have to do is pay the taxes, pay your utilities. You don't have to pay your utilities, but if you want to live there comfortably, you pay your utilities. 2.5 years. Imagine the security. Imagine the peace. Imagine the power. Imagine being free to visit others because your nose is not so pressed to the grinding stone. Imagine being able to help your children a bit more because your nose is not so pressed to the grinding stone. Are you ready to change your ways? Are you ready to trust yourself and the lessons of our ancestors? Are you ready to trade in your shiny new chains? Are you ready for the freedom our ancestors fought for? And if you answer yes to these questions, then you are ready for Uhuru. You're ready for freedom. Because what we're talking about in the Uhuru Esusu is umoja. But not just the theory, we're talking about the practice. We're talking about the power of we and using the power of we in 2.5 years so that every member of this group, all 10 families or individuals will have a home free and clear, owing no one, not a single dime. And Esusu is a fund to which a group of individuals or families make fixed contributions of money at fixed intervals. The total amount contributed by the entire group is assigned to each of the members in rotation. Fixed contribution assigned to each member in rotation. Now, of course, Esusu is a Nigerian. Susu is continued on into the Caribbean. It's called by many names all over Africa, many times in the Caribbean. Other nationalities come and do it, and they have their own names for it. It's about how we finance our own homes, our own businesses, our own cars, how we use the power of we instead of banks that we don't control, interest rates that we don't control, policies that we don't control. Welcome to the Esusu, the Uhuru Esusu. Welcome to the power of we. The result, in 2.5 years, you can have a home like this. Now, this is not exaggeration. This is homes that you can have in 2.5 years. Just with using the power of we. How does it work? Here are the fixed contributions. $500 per month. And notice all of the pictures you see on the left-hand side are pictures, actual pictures, that this particular Esusu will allow you, the kinds of homes that you'll be able to purchase for a fixed contribution of $500 a month. The fixed interval per month. Again, the result, these examples, the rotation every 3 months. So 10 families or individuals or groups pay $500 a month. Every 3 months, $15,000 is given to that group during those 2.5 years. So at the end of 2.5 years, all 10 have homes free and clear. Now here's a process. If you're interested, you complete an interest and enrollment form. You gather 3 letters of recommendation. That's right, we got to have people who speak for you, people who vouch for you. This process is a serious process. It's based on trust, and it's designed in a powerful way, as you'll see, so that it can build that trust among us and also to prevent us from injuring each other based on misinformation, based on maladaptation to this system. After you submit your 3 letters of recommendation, you complete an interview with the core committee, and then you sign the documents that you agree. Then you choose your weapon and your fight, because in order to be a part of Uhuru Isusu, you have to be a part of or participate or support others who are fighting against the bloated banks, foreclosure machine, and wealth transfer. Whether you engage personally in the fight or not, you must support someone who is. There are many ways to do it. You also are required to attend a Warriors, Healers, Builders training, sometimes called the Healing Oppressions Wounds training, for a whole weekend. This is not the light version. This is Friday night from 7 to 12. It's in the morning, Saturday morning from 10 to 10, and then Sunday all day. And then you start making the regular contributions. And here is the result in 2.5 years. Actually, everybody in 2.5 years. Yours may be in 3 months, in 6 months, in 9 months. This is the result. Every 3 months, a family or individual receives $15,000 to purchase a mortgage-free and clear. Now, some of you may be surprised about the pictures that you've seen here. That is, some of you may be surprised that you can get these properties right now listed today and better for $15,000 cash in Atlanta metro area. All over, they're in many neighborhoods, many sections of the city. It's not a special. This is open to everyone. The problem is, many of us don't have the credit. The banks won't give us the credit. And so let's credit ourselves. Instead of worrying about your credit score with them, how about this? How about let's earn credibility among our people? Yes, we too were surprised that you could get homes that look like this, not a fixer-upper, for $15,000 cash. Homes like this. If you're interested, if you have questions, we want you to call us. If you're tired of just talking unity and you want to experience the power of we, if you want Umoja to be more than a Kwanzaa word that we give, if you want to experience it, so that you can have a house like this that's listed for $15,000 within 1.5 miles of where I live now, then call us. Call Afia at 404-574-2979. Call Wekesa at 404-201-2356. Email afiao@gmail.com. The Uhuru Esusu is a project of Aya Educational Institute and Justice at Home.